just about how it seems like you've been getting healthier. Jimbo said he's noticed it. What's it like to be healthy and know that you're fully mobile and you're not being limited by anything?
It's definitely nice. Last year I knew going into camp that I was pretty a little messed up already, and for the season. So when you're playing to not your best ability, that stinks. But this year, knowing that I'm healed up, I'm stronger than I've ever been, it's definitely a big confidence boost. And then when you get out there and get on the field and start playing, and you see the differences and the gains automatically, it's pretty awesome.
How would you describe what it was like to be limited by that versus being fully healthy in terms of your mobility and how you approach things?
Well, I mean, like all year last year, beginning season to end, like whenever I got my stance, it was like imagine having two knives in each one of your hips. Every time you sit down in your stance, sometimes like open up or do a pass set, constantly in pain, constantly uncomfortable. Which O-line is naturally an uncomfortable position, uncomfortable spot. But having that added into the fact, and then dealing with some other things, it's definitely not something you want to have to do. Especially knowing that as an offensive lineman, the hips are your pretty much main source of movement and strength. So just facing that and getting through it, I think it definitely helped me to grow as an individual and as a player. Knowing that, okay, yeah, I'm hurting or I'm doing this, but at the same time I can push through this mentally and I can be the player I need to be for my team because I have to play. My team needed me. And so just knowing that I can do that, and then knowing this season that I'm healthy and stronger than I've ever been, it's pretty cool.
What was the lowest point? What was the lowest point you experienced during this whole hip surgery?
There's probably two times, right after I had the surgery. Because when you have a hip surgery or whatever, they give you an epidural, and then so that kind of messes you up or whatever. You can't feel your legs for a little bit. That was pretty scary. But not even that. But a couple days after the surgery, I couldn't really walk good. It took me like a week and a half to start walking again. But knowing that I can't walk, I can't do anything, it freaked me out. I started to shut down for a little bit. I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna play football again. I'm never gonna be able to do anything again. I started freaking out. A week after that, I was good to go. And then a couple months before the season probably started up again, I started to get low on myself. I was like, oh man, I'm getting nervous. I don't know if I can do it. I'm gonna do it. And then month and a half before the season starts, I'm like, what am I talking about? This is the strongest I've ever been. I feel great. It's just kind of you go in waves once you get a big surgery like that. And just getting ready for the season, it definitely caught back up, and I was ready to go.
Who were some people that kind of sort of talked you back into being your regular self?
The trainers were always there for me no matter what. And then all the offensive line was always supporting me. When I had the surgery, everyone called me, quarterback, running back, the whole line, everybody, the coaches were always checking on me, making sure I was good to go. My teammates were there for me the entire time, and they're funny too because they know me. They know I'll push through injuries and I'll push through other things like that. And so when they see me struggling or hurting, they'll be like, yo, Ed, don't be dumb. Sit out. We know we need you for the season. We don't need you for this workout or for this rep right here. Just be smart. So my teammates were there for me the entire time. And my friends were there for me as well, just to keep me in check and make sure I was doing the right thing.
So how was the pain before the surgery at its worst? That knife sensation?
The whole season it was pretty bad because I tore my right side before the season started. I might have torn my left side before the season started as well, but I just remember a specific time my left side hurt me with the Syracuse game. But the right side was hurting they both hurting the entire year. But I can't tell you. Camp, I was hurting. The whole season I was hurting. It was just the whole time. It was just pretty much there.
How do you go about managing that line of playing with pain, but at the same time not doing anything that hurts you, both in short and long term?
I'm gonna be honest. When I was playing, I wasn't thinking about it. I tried to block it out of my mind. I knew I had to play. I knew I had to do my job, and so whether I was hurting or not, I knew I was going to have to play on Saturday. I knew my team needed me, so my thing was, I'm going to push through no matter what. Whether it affects me now or affects me later, I'm going to get my job done.
So did it affect you in everyday life, or was it just simply playing footballs when you felt it?
It was kind of funny because I used to always wonder why I hated putting on socks so much. But apparently when I was doing my, my application for the surgery, does it hurt to put on socks? Does it hurt to get in small cars? Does it hurt to do this? Does it hurt to that? And I was like, oh my God, all this stuff sucks. I hate all this. So, I realized the whole time that was affecting me. And so, that's another thing. Once you look into it, you realize, wow, this was affecting me for a little bit longer than I thought it was.
What were some things you're doing to help with the pain?
I did the whole every day last year during the season during August, and then every day during the season I had to be up at 6:30 in the morning to go to the training room at 7 o'clock. So I lived in the training room last season to do rehab and to do treatment and everything on my hips just so I could keep playing.
You and Landon, 2 starts from last year, both out for the spring. How did y'all kind of spend the time as well as you could while you couldn't be out there in the offseason?
I think the biggest thing as a college athlete is you always think that you're buying into the process, buying into what the coach are teaching and doing what they're saying, and doing the right things. But until you sit back and watch your team and watch your coaches do what they do, you don't really realize what you've been doing wrong. And so me and Landon sitting back watching practice the entire time for the whole spring, we literally watched what the coaches were talking about when they mean to buy in, when they mean to step this way, when they mean to talk this way, to look this way. And so I think that in a disguise, it's almost a blessing, getting the surgery and going through what I went through, because I learned so much about football. I learned so much about my coaches and my team and what I needed to do to be the best player possible that I could be. And so, and Landon as well, we both grew so much through this whole process. It makes you grow up quicker, it makes you take responsibility of yourself. You got to stop messing around. You got to be more dedicated in treatment, more dedicated to the rehab, more dedicated to the weight room and everything, getting back. And at the same time, learning the offense better. You're not playing on the field, so you need to watch film, be with the coaches, be with the GAs, and keep learning everything. And so, like I said, it really was like it's a blessing in disguise for both of us to get this opportunity to grow as mentally on the field and then as well as physically.
Where else have you seen growth from Landon heading into his second year now?
He's matured a lot. He's like, you can tell. He played last year, and this year he's ready to play the whole season. He didn't play the whole season last year because he got hurt, and he didn't start the first couple of games. But he's definitely taken that role. He's like, look, I can't come into this thinking I'm a sophomore. He's going to come into this thinking I'm a vet. I'm a veteran on this team. I have to be. I told him, we've repeatedly talked to each other. Like, look, we've got some of the most starts in this whole offensive line. I know you're 19 years old, 18 years old, but you have no choice but to grow up quick. We got to be the leaders of this unit.
Kind of saying with that, you're 19 starts. It's the most of anybody on offense. So, do you maybe feel that extra responsibility knowing that, okay, you're the one who has the most experience, or would you look at it as you maybe had 9 starts?
My thing is this. I know that I'm going to have some of the most starts in the offense, but as well, I'm also one of the oldest guys in the offense. I've been here the longest, some of the guys in the offense too. So I know, guys look up to me on this team, guys look to me on the offense. So I really have no choice but to be that guy. Like, I can't. The thing that gets me is the coaches shouldn't be yelling at me to pick it up in practice. Shouldn't be yelling at me to fix my technique. The coaches should be yelling at the older guys to fix what they're doing. We are the guys that are older. We should be setting the example, and we should be the ones doing everything right. So that's kind of been my mentality. Is like, the coaches shouldn't have to waste time in correcting me. I need to be a leader by setting an example.
What are you seeing from Francois? Growing up into this year, the second year starting.
He's made leaps and bounds. He was a great leader last year. He was vocal always when the guys keeping us right. And this year he's done even more a better job. And he just continues to grow each week and each day.
All right, we're done. Thank you.
Thank you.